And APB, American Protection Bureau, voted #1 best on Long Island for all your security needs. Call 631-390-9050. That's 631-390-9050. APB. M&J Video Games and Collectibles. Sport and non-sport cards, wrestling items, autographed items. We buy, sell, and trade. M&J Video Games and Collectibles, located at 1049 Queen Street, Southington, Connecticut. Call us at 1-860-479-9223 or 860-93-GAMES. M&J Video Games and Collectibles.
I was really fixated on getting a spirit box. I think it was actually, let's give a couple of shout outs. Today was Bray Wyatt's, would have been his 37th birthday.
Oh, wow. The great Bray Wyatt, way too soon. That one's still not really truly sunk in. I got to be honest, you know. I know it's more personal with us, but I still haven't accepted that Mantar's, Mike is gone.
No, that's a hard one. That still bothers me.
Look, it's one of those things, I know you weren't a Brave fan, but I think pretty much I was. And I really felt a connection to him as far as how a fan can connect with a wrestler that you only see on a television set. You understand
Listen,
me?
I will tell you what, dude, whether you know this or not,
Yeah.
and it's a badge of honor, but it's not a badge of honor. You're his last interview, bro. Live in-person interview you did in studio.
What,
Mike,
Barry?
No, with Mike Mantar.
Oh, with Mike. Yeah, because I was thinking of Bray right now. Look, that was this. If that doesn't snap you back into reality, that anybody can go at any time, I was completely shocked. He was happy. He was optimistic guy. He was caring. He was super cool. Just a regular guy. And the few times we were with him, we had a blast. Because he just felt like somebody you'd hang out with back in high school.
Well,
he was a great guy. He loved his family so much, and we got to see his family when he brought them, which also shows how much he appreciated us and liked us. The fact that he was, drove, how many miles did he drive to
come to the studio,
to come over, to come to Long Island? It was like hundreds of miles, and his father was an awesome guy, and his daughter was precious, and it's just robbery that he's gone. And if that doesn't jolt you into how you live your everyday life, I don't know what will. As I reach for a cigarette, goes to show what I've learned.
I think on one of his interviews, Jimmy, he said maybe it was one of the last ones with us. Is he said he loves wrestling. He lived
yeah.
I think I told the story before, and this is where life is short. Me and Mike had a falling out right after he came to the studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was mad I couldn't produce a show with him one week. And, I told him, shocking enough, hey, I work. give me an effing break. And we had an argument.
Right.
And Mike at times could be tough to deal with. Mike wanted stuff his way. And,
sure.
shocker, I have an argument with someone. We know this happens on a regular basis. But I could remember, I was sitting in the back. And this is where, you know what, you talk about Karen. I want to give my wife a shout out, right? Me and my wife, she's my best friend, right? And she's my conscience. And she gets me on the straight and narrow. She couldn't get me on the straight and narrow with the last shit that just went on. She gave me a tongue lashing, but I stand by what we did, so I will not accept that. But in this particular case of Mike Mantar, we were having dinner in the backyard, and I told her I wasn't talking to him, and she's like, Mike, life is short. Right. You need to call him. So I called him, and we made up. We did one last show. He wrote me the next day. He said he hurt himself. And like Mike Monty usually, I'm like, all right, well, I'll get to you later. I'm working.
Right.
And I tried to call him that night. No answer. And then I think Sportskeeda called me
Right.
to ask for a statement on his passing.
Yeah.
And guess what? I didn't get paid $250 for that either.
Yeah.
All right, wrong. I guess I should not say that, right? But anyway.
Well, you know, your best friend's gonna talk to you about restraining your emotions. You got a little Mr. Spock going on here, Mike.
I
But go ahead.
understand. I understand. Sometimes I cannot control my emotions, but
Yeah, you're like Captain Kirk on steroids. Go ahead.
But so I have on more than one occasion failed the show, not due to lack of effort by me, okay, but
Right.
I have failed. So last year at this exact time, Bray Wyatt had, or maybe not this time, but Bray Wyatt had just passed. I forget when his anniversary was. I think February or something, right? And
Right.
Jimmy and I was fixated on getting something called a spirit box so we could speak to Bray Wyatt. And, Jimmy and I are both very religious, but Jimmy's very I don't want to say standoffish against psychics.
Can I translate that?
Sure.
I'm a little edgy about messing with the other side. Okay, I'm not so sure that that's always the smartest thing to do. But I see why some people do it, though. I do.
I understand.
I see both sides. I see both sides. Go ahead.
So I was unsuccessful in getting the spirit box, but thanks to the president, Boston Phil, he hooked us up with psychic medium entertainer Gary McKinstry. By the way, www.GaryMcKinstry.com. And if you remember, Gary actually gave me the winning lottery numbers, and you were there. I hit. Remember that?
Yeah, no, you did. Yeah.
I didn't get it straight. He didn't get it straight, but he got it. Like,
I'll tell you. I remember he was a great guest, but what was really spooky was how he nailed Mike Mantar and described our friendship and everything. He said there's somebody trying to talk to you guys, and he described Mike to a T.
Yeah.
And that was really, really freaky. I do remember that interview. That was good stuff.
Man, I forgot about that, bro. Good memory.
Yeah.
Well, here's the good news, Jimmy. I failed you no more.
What?
I now have a spirit box, and we're going to try it.
You have a spirit box.
I do have a spirit box right here in studio.
All right. Okay. What's it look like? What is it? What does a spirit box look like?
Well, glad you asked. So here, I'm bringing the spirit box up. Spirit box, how are you? How are you, spirit box? Good to see you. Now, Jimmy.
Holy UPS Batman. Go ahead.
You mentioned that you don't like really talking to the other side, which I totally understand.
Yeah,
so I'm going to ask you, being that you have this trepidation, I'm going to ask you to please be quiet during this as I, Mike Monty, who isn't scared, is going to contact the spirit box and see. We're asking specifically for a deceased wrestler. Spirit box, do you hear me? So, Jimmy, I'm going to ask you, I know this isn't your favorite thing, but I'm going to ask you to back off. Let me just handle this portion, if you don't mind. Okay?
Fine. Go ahead. You're playing with fun. You're messing with things you shouldn't, but go ahead.
All right, so let me see how this is going to work, guys. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm asking you all to bear with me here. Abe, can we get a close-up on the spirit box first before I make my first contact? Thanks. You see the spirit box actually has a mouth. Yep, there it is. Let's do it like that. I like that better. All right, spirit box. Okay. Spirit box. My name is Mike Monty from Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. I'm going to ask you, please, to find a deceased wrestler that Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast could speak to that didn't have the great opportunity to speak to this wrestler while they were alive. Spirit Box, I'm asking you to please give us this opportunity. Spirit Box, are you there?
Brother. Brother.
Wait a minute. Get out of here.
Brother. Yes, brother.
Is that Jimmy Snuka?
Yes, brother.
Jimmy, how are you?
I'm not well, brother. I might have hit the wrong button on the elevator, brother.
There's buttons on the elevator? What does that mean?
There was this great light, brother. And the next thing I knew, brother, I was in a small room with a table, brother. And a phone and a laptop, brother. And I kept getting the same emails every day, brother. From some brother named What a Schmuck, brother. It was torture, brother. He promised he'd stop writing me, brother, but he kept writing the Superfly, brother. It was torture, brother. And then the phone ringing. There's a phone in my room, brother, ringing every day, brother. And the man on the other end, brother, if it is a man, brother, promising he will stop calling me, brother. But the phone rings constantly, brother. It's torture. It's torture, Monty and the Farrell brothers. It's torture.
Jimmy Snuka, what an honor it is you're coming from the past and the afterlife to be on Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast. There's so many questions. Not only I have, if my partner was here, which he is, but he's not allowed to speak. We have so many questions for you. You're such an icon. But the first question I have is, why did you have sex with What a Day's girlfriend?
Is that the motherfucker who keeps ringing my phone, brother?
Yes, Jimmy. Unfortunately, yes, it is.
Well, let me tell you, brother, my ring post still hurts from back in the day, brother. My turnbuckles are all misaligned, brother. All she does is mention how super I am, brother. And I can't get rid of her because she keeps bothering me here, brother. I thought I was in the Boston Garden when I got here, brother. But it turned out that I'm not. I think I hit the wrong elevator button, brother. I think I did. I can't get rid of them. I can't get rid of her, brother. I don't know what to do. I got to do something, brother. Help me. Help me, Spock. Help me, brother.
Help me, Spock. I didn't know you watched. I didn't know you watched Star Trek, Jimmy.
Brother.
Help me,
Spock.
Spock.
The TV down, brother. They have a TV down here, brother. But the problem is that they only play two things, brother. They play Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 2, brother, and they won't stop, brother, playing Raw recaps, brother. It's every 3 minutes, brother. It's on a loop, brother.
Jimmy,
Raw recaps.
I know
it's
Jimmy, I know you've been accused of some really bad things, but I don't think you're in hell, Jimmy. Do you know why, Mr. Snuka?
Why, brother?
Because if you really were in hell, you'd have YouTube What a Day with Joe Lowry playing 24 hours a day, and then you would never be able to recover from that. So you might be in purgatory.
The phone rang in this enclosed room the other day, brother, and someone who sounded like a bot, brother, wanted to do a commercial for me from the other side. Why would I need a commercial from the other side, brother? Why?
Jimmy Snuka, I feel like you're being pulled back into hell right now. Can we ask one more question?
Yes, brother.
Was the coconut that Roddy Piper used on you real?
I have to go, brother. Captain Lou wants to take me for drinks, brother. I love you guys, brother.
Jimmy, don't go, Jimmy. Don't go, Jimmy.
Brother.
Oh, my God. We're losing him. We're losing him.
Brother.
Oh, my God. We're losing him.
Brother.
Farrow, you there?
What the hell was that?
Did you just hear all that? Wow, this spirit box really works.
You idiots have me on mute right now. I can't hear any. Oh, I can hear you now, but what did you just do? Did you just like do a King Saul? What are you doing over
Dude,
there?
the spirit of Jimmy Snuka came through.
All right. Did he say anything nice about us? Oh, you know what I wanted to know? Can you tell me? Did you please tell me you asked him if the coconut was real? Please.
I did.
What did he say?
He got pulled back. The angels or the devils were pulling him back to wherever he is. He didn't answer.
Wow, that's weird. How does he sound on the afterlife? Is he like high or is he sober? What's the story?
Well, he was a bit bothered because he was told that Joe Lowry kept contacting him to pay him $1,000 for a cameo.
$1,000? That's all he gets on the other side? What a cheap
I don't think
prick.
you could you can't use money on the other side, dude.
Yeah, what's he gonna do with it anyway? Yeah.
All right now.
Right. Well, let's hope that things change for him wherever he's at.
Well,
love the great Jimmy.
Listen, I just want to thank Jimmy Snuka for appearing. I think now Monty and Faro have officially, done more. Like now we have the last interview with Jimmy. So many last interviews. Now we have the last interview with Jimmy Snuka. How wonderful is that?
I didn't think of it that way. Wow, boy, to boldly go, not to tie in Star Trek, but to boldly go.
I will tell you though, Jimmy Snuka, really he learned how to speak much better since he's been passed away. He's much easier to understand, Jimmy.
Wow, you mean okay? So clarity.
And at some
all right,
at some points it was weird too. He like broke out of that Fijian accent into like some like white dude.
I don't know how that could possibly happen.
I have no idea.
I don't know. That's hilarious.